People ask me that all the time. How did Faith start? Why did you do that? Or you know, how did you get involved? And I guess the first thing I'd like to explain is why. Both my parents were alcoholics. My dad was bipolar, diagnosed bipolar. My mom suffered from severe depression because of the fact that my dad was so abusive.
You know, I did all right for a little while. Everywhere I go, I do all right for a little while, but then the rest of my baggage would show up, and then the progression would start again. It'd start with weed, or it'd start with drinking. The next thing you know, I'm a little bit of cocaine. The next thing you know, I'm shooting heroin, and my life's a wreck.
Well, at 16, my dad threw me out. Said, you know, you're not going to live here. You don't go to school. You got to get out.
I basically became homeless. When
I got drunk and got high, I beat people up. I hurt people severely. And I went to jail a lot. You know, I was in jail all the time. Went into treatment. It was a 90-day program. I was at Sacred Heart. The first month and a half, I was just skating by. You know, I didn't get involved. I was sort of to myself. I didn't open up. About a month and a half in, they had a church service. It was Sunday, and I said, well, I'll just go hang out, you know, a little bit in the back, you know. And so I sat in the back of the thing, and that's when my life changed. That's when I gave my life, walked up to the front. I surrendered, gave my life to Christ. When I got out of treatment, there was no place to go. And that's why faith recovery is so important. And I knew that all along, that, hey, you know, wow, I can't believe there's no place for me to go. There's no place that I can continue on and be in a safe environment. That's when I went to my knees again and said, Lord, I said, you know I got lost. Again, there's no way I can get out of this. They put you, I'm in such a financial bind that I don't know what to do.
He explained to me what an alcoholic was. I'm homeless now, you know. I don't have no job because I got suspended. I mean, 35 years, you know, I got suspended, you know. So the guy said, well, I'll find your place. And so he called. He got me here at Faith Recovery.
This is the office where everything happens.
Honestly, without the foundation that they supplied, I probably wouldn't be here today.
We thought we were going to have to sell this, and I believe I even tried to sell this, but it just didn't happen, and it should have, because we were doing it aggressively so we could, you know, get back on track, and it didn't sell, so we kept it.
Because of Faith House, it gave us a start and taught us how to grow up, that today we live like adults, and you know, now we try to give it back and give back to the people who, you know, who are going through the same struggles. I
wish I had a big plan, or hey, I strategically planned this and this is what happened, but it wasn't. I had the property, a couple guys were getting out of, and this is after I went back to my knees and fell to Christ, and he knew just this was the right timing. A couple guys that I knew were getting out of treatment had no place to go.
What they gave me, I could never give back. You know, they gave me my life back, they gave me my job back, I got my family back. I hadn't seen my mom. I talked to my mom in years, you know. But once I got sober and got clean, and I got God back in my life, I was able to, you know, overcome my fears of being rejected, and I started making phone calls, and I got my family back and everything.
And again, it's through the trials and the things that happen and make us wake up and say, wow, is this all we're called to do? Is this really what God wants us to do? Are we just supposed to sit back and say, okay, everything's good? No, we're supposed to, you know, build it up, be stronger. Be warriors, be what God calls us to do, and that's what we want to do.
The gentleman that I work for today is truly a wonderful man.
We want to bring everybody in. We want to share Christ with everybody. We want to come, because we know, you know, that's the only way they're going to have peace and love and joy is through Christ, and that's what we want to do here.
But without God in your life, you won't succeed, you know, because He is the ultimate healer.
You see somebody on the street that they need help. Stop, talk to them, refer them to here. That would be a huge blessing.
I believe that you can go into rehab centers, you can get sober, but unless you have a foundation to build on, someplace you can call home till you do get on your feet, I believe that's where most people relapse.
Because of Faith House, I was able to grow up, become somewhat of an adult, learn how to pay bills, pay my rent while I was here, you know, learn to buy my own groceries, learn to treat people with respect.
Is God good? Yes. Is life good? Life is wonderful.
That's what Faith Recovery really is all about. It's transitional housing that we can bring the people in, and we can show them that and transition them from the way they're living now, teach them a different way, to the point where we have to teach them how to set an alarm clock to get up in the morning because they have no idea. And we've seen many people come through here that don't know how to get up in the morning, don't know how to function, don't know what it's like to bathe and all that. And that's what we do here at Faith Recovery, is that we start from a base level and we transition them, and we've seen incredible things leave this place.
Yeah, I enjoy this place. If you want to get sober, want to get clean, come to Faith Recovery. And I follow the rules, and they will give you the tools to get your life back on track. That's it.